government.
Ayo, food for
I haven't been able to fulfill 20% of the promises I made to my family and friends.
Oh dear.
Ghanaians can say things, so my goodness. By the way, so you are coming for the festival.
Try and stop me, Uncle.
All right. Who are you going to look for a ticket for? I think the whole idea is give a ticket to somebody for the festival.
I think it's a great present, actually.
Yes. Because the first year we didn't have any backlog to show. This one we do. So this is our 10th edition, and tickets are already there. You can get it at Joy. The idea is get tickets for some friend, a staff, customers, and then it becomes a gift that keeps giving, because anytime they remember a line, a song, a joke in the play, in any of the plays, you would receive your reward all over.
Do you mind if I mention the plays as well? You have on Christmas Day, I Want Your Wife.
I Want Your Wife.
Then on the 27th, it's Dora Y. 28th is The Devil in the Mirror.
The Devil is the Mirror. The interesting thing is that we are reviving it from 10 years ago.
Whoa.
Now, it will amaze you how current it still is. Amazing. After 10 years.
Amazing. The Devil in the Mirror, 28th of December. I never got the chance to see that when it came out.
Latter-day Saint.
Latter-day, indeed. On the 29th of December, it's Not My Husband. On the 1st of January, Bananas and Groundnuts. On the 2nd...
And then we end with God You Are Fired.
Fantastic. 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each night.
At the National Theatre. Join us.
Absolutely.
Because your Christmas is just 2 days away, and as I always do at Christmas, I reflect on the biblical account of the Christmas story. Now, one of the interesting encounters in the Christmas story is the one the Reverend Zechariah had with the angel Gabriel. It is an encounter that ended with the Reverend having his powers of speech withdrawn for a season, and for his own good, I might add. Here is a brief summary of the encounter. Reverend Zechariah is chosen by Lot to be the priest who had the honor to go into the temple and burn incense. And as he's burning the incense, Angel Gabriel appears to him and tells the startled priest that he and his wife Elizabeth, who are both long past the age of bearing children, are going to have a son in answer to their prayers. Angel Gabriel goes further to give the name of the boy who is yet to be conceived and what his mission in life will be, together with what kind of a lifestyle he shall have. Reverend Zechariah, standing at the altar, burning incense to the God who is almighty, and having been praying for a child for years, still cannot believe that he will finally become a father through his wife, who has long been certified as barren. He reminds Gabriel that he is very old and that his wife is also very old indeed. Reverend Zechariah implies that the angel Gabriel does not know what he is talking about. His doubts irritate Gabriel, who then says to him, quote, "You will be silent and not be able to speak until the day this happens, because you did not believe my words, which will come true at their appointed time." End of quote. Now, I know that Ghanaians pray a lot for things to change for the better in Ghana. Many of us, unfortunately, do not believe that with all our prayers, that Ghana would ever change for the better. But like the Reverend Zechariah, we continue praying while still fully convinced that our prayers will never be answered. It is one of the ironies in life that we are capable of continuing to pray for something even when we are convinced that it will never happen. And like Reverend Zechariah, we convince ourselves that we have good reasons for doubting that things will change for the better in Ghana. I once traveled with a senior public servant from Accra to Kumasi. On the journey, the conversation turned to the state of affairs in Ghana. The man said, quote, I believe that God left Ghana a long time ago. Nothing would ever change for the better in Ghana, end of quote. He was very active in his church, which prayed every Sunday for things to turn around in Ghana, and yet he was convinced that it would never happen. Could I meet a lot of people like him every day? People who are deeply religious, but who doubt that God would ever come through for Ghana. They pray for a Ghana where everything works as it should, a Ghana where social services are delivered with excellence, where governance is competent, honest, accountable, selfless, and self-sacrificing, a Ghana where the law works and where there is discipline and cleanliness, a Ghana where the system is efficient and not corrupt nor partisan, a Ghana where the nation's wealth will not be stolen or squandered by those in power, a Ghana where there is an efficient transportation system, a reliable and affordable health delivery system, and adequate and affordable housing, a Ghana where the delivery of utilities like electricity and water are never disrupted. This is the Ghana Christians pray for every Sunday. And at the same time, this is the Ghana most Christians think will never manifest, even if Gabriel himself came to make the announcement for the change. Fact is, many Ghanaians have given up on Ghana. And the consequences of giving up on Ghana is that everyone joins the nation wreckers without feeling any sense of guilt. So, now imagine what will happen if Gabriel were to come to Ghana and say to Ghanaians, quote, your prayers have been answered. Your nation is going to become a prosperous, developed first world nation in every regard and only in the best sense, end of quote. What will Ghanaians say to him? Will our reaction be any different from that of the Reverend Zechariah? Note that the Reverend Zechariah had good reasons for doubting Angel Gabriel. His days of achieving erection were decades behind him, not to mention the fact that his wife, Elizabeth, even in her prime, was barren. In the same way, a lot of Ghanaians believe that they have very good reasons for dismissing any hope that this nation can and will change for the better. And so I'm sure that the Ghanaians' reaction to the angel Gabriel will not be any different from that of the Reverend Zechariah. And yet, Gabriel's words came to pass. Reverend Zechariah had a son with his barren wife in their very old age, and they called him John, as Gabriel had directed. I believe that one of the important themes of the Christmas story is, with God, nothing shall be impossible. And that is why one of the key quotes of the Christmas story is, a virgin shall be with child. In other words, the impossible shall happen. And that is Christmas. The impossible happens because God does the impossible. So this Christmas, I pray that the essential message of Christmas will flood your mind and your heart and your soul. I pray that this Christmas, you'll join me in abolishing the word impossible from our vocabulary. And let us begin to believe that, impossible as the Ghanaian situation may seem, it is nothing for our God. Let us believe that Ghana can and will change for the better. May God make it so. A very Merry Christmas to us all. God willing, next week, I will have the chance to give you my New Year message and wishes. And talking about Christmas, if you are wondering what to do this Christmas, please join Kojo and I at the National Theatre for the 10th edition of our annual Robertman Festival of Plays. I'm convinced that there's no better way of spending the Christmas holidays. And Kojo, Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you, Uncle.
And to Daisy, Dan. And I'm a bro Christmas present, but in into Mizeko.
Oh, famam.
No, you get yours, but he's not here.
But you can give me his.
And Mr. Dabo, Merry Christmas.
Oh, ugly, but that was a wonderful message, actually, and I think you're right. We really need to reignite the faith.
Oh, we should have hope. We should have hope.
Because
because the danger with not having hope in that this nation will change is that then you don't feel bad joining all the people doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? But it is because you've also joined them that things will change.
Indeed.
But if we can believe that, yes, God can turn this situation around, irrespective of all whatever we are doing, I think it will help. And that is why, I don't know, have you heard my response to people when they say Afishapa?
No, shall we try?
I think come back to him. After this is say, and Sebio Ghana ye Jim Wabefum Kakra. Don't translate that.
I won't try. But Afide Sebio na Ghana yen decade overdue erection yen saka, so that we can birth our very own John the Baptist in Jesus' name. And that was Food for Thought, brought to you by Roverman Productions. And of course, you can get tickets to the Festival of Plays from the following outlets: Joy FM, Shell Shops at Airport, Dansuma